Good afternoon and welcome back to Red Wilson Field as the YD Red Sox take on the Brewster Whitecaps. I'm Perri Kitei alongside Luke West Poley. We're so stoked to be here for Game 3, YD's second home game. Luke, the Red Sox through the first two games have struggled at the plate early on and then have attempted valiant comebacks in later innings, coming up short in both of their first two games. What are some keys to the game for them today?
Yeah, I think you need a little bit of a stronger start. I mean, that seems somewhat obvious after these first couple of games that we've seen from YD, but you're now settled into the season a little bit. You're starting to, get your at-bats in. The Red Sox had their first real big inning of the year in the late innings yesterday in the losing effort against Kitei when they put up 6 in the 8th. I think you're hoping you can continue that momentum that you had at the plate from those late innings yesterday when you were able to bat around. Got a new pitcher on the mound today for you starting off in Finnegan Wall, and you're just hoping that you can get a couple guys on base, start to string base runners together earlier on in innings throughout this game.
Absolutely, Luke. This is Wall's first time on the mound. What do we expect to see from him today?
Yeah, Finnegan Wall, the right-hander. He's a West Coast guy, as many of these Red Sox will be, out of UC Irvine. A guy that I think the Red Sox really want to see their first out of this season. They're throwing a lot of different pitchers, as we've seen throughout these first couple of games. They threw 4 yesterday. I think you're just looking for a couple of strong innings. You're not looking this early in the season for a guy to go 5, 6, 7 innings deep, as you maybe would if you're still playing collegiately right now. You look at the guys playing in Super Regional. I think you're just looking to get a couple quick innings here. If you are Wall, you're looking to mow down these hitters a little bit, maybe get through the lineup once, maybe twice through a few innings and get your summer off on the right foot.
That brings us to the top of the lineup in Will Turner starting things off for the Whitecaps. The lefty plays for South Alabama and takes strike one down the pipe. He's a native of Auburn, Alabama as well, plays in that Sun Belt Conference. Wall, big swing and a miss for strike 2. Turner had a very successful season in the Sun Belt this year. He was an all-second team selection. Wall misses just below the zone count, evens at 2. The 2-2, fouled back again.
Seen these first innings for YD pitching be a little bit rocky through these first couple of games. An extra base hit given up in each of the first 2.
And he goes down swinging, strikeout number 1, out number 1 for the Red Sox. Strong start for Finnegan Wall.
Yeah, his low breaking ball is really working. Yesterday we saw a lot of stuff elevated by both of the starting pitchers up near the shoulders, trying to get more swing and miss there. So far through the first batter for Finnegan Wall, it's been a lot more in the dirt area, looking to make guys golf.
Shortstop Peyton Green attacks the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Check swing. Strike 2. He crossed the plane. Wall getting ahead early in these counts. And missed just outside that strikeout pitch, breaking ball across the plate. But he did not get Green to bite. Counts 1-2, 1 out in the top of the first. Strike 3 for Green called looking. 2 strikeouts to start things off for Finnegan Wall on the mound.
Finnegan Wall's breaking ball. He's got a sliding piece that's really working for him right now. A guy that's no stranger to summer ball last year in the Appalachian League. He threw 45 innings. That's more than he actually threw collegiately in each of his first 2 years at UC Irvine. Guy who definitely is used to playing in these wood bat leagues, playing in the Appalachian League, which is a really solid summer league last season, and born in West Dennis, right nearby as well.
Counts even at 1 on James Tibbs out of Florida State as he fouls one back. Just finished up his junior year, batted .339 on the season. Another strike down the middle looking. Wall could go 1, 2, 3 right here. And missed just under the zone. Such a tough pitch to hold back on.
He's had the swing and miss on it so far here in the first.
Tibbs grounded up towards first. Out of play, foul ball. Wall shakes off a pitch. Tibbs underneath, fouls it back again. It's a balmy day here at Red Wilson Field, just above 70 degrees, but in the sun feels a lot hotter than that. Things will definitely cool off as the evening progresses. And he gets them swinging. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts to start things off for Finnegan Wall. And YD will come up for their first round at the plate in the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Cape Cod Broadcast Network.
Out of Bowling Green, number 17.
It's the bottom
Nathan
of the first.
Archer.
And Brewster on the mound. It's Jacob Reardon starting things off, and he is facing Nick Mitchell, the speedster, at the top of the Red Sox lineup. Misses inside for ball 1. Reardon pitches at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Golden Lions, one of the best Division I mascots.
Can't say I knew that off the top of my head. The 1-1. Mitchell under it, flies it foul above our heads. Reardon takes a deep breath, deals. Mitchell check swing, did not go, ball 2. Mitchell swings through, foul tip, that's strike 3. He heads back to the dugouts. We've seen 4 strikeouts now from both of these teams. That brings up Will King, who's had a hit in every at-bat of his season so far. He had 2 yesterday. Been really a bright spot for YD through their batting struggles.
Yeah, the catcher position has been a bit of a carousel so far, but Will King has done a really nice job for YD.
Late on the first pitch, however, strike 1. King holds off ball 2 way upstairs, above his shoulders on that. Late again, strike 2. He falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out for the Whitecaps to start things off. King plays at Eastern Kentucky University, a native of New York City. This season in the ASUN, made 2nd team. The 2-2. King hammers it foul down the left field line. Oh my God, there was so much power on that ball.
Yeah, just turned on one and rocketed it. Red Sox were the victim of 2 homers.
2nd foul tip in a row. But Leach counts still 2-2 on King, battling in this at-bat.
It was Reardon's ball initially, but it just slipped under the glove. His only chance was to barehand it off the grass, got it clean. Still yet to see a base runner in this game.
So Brady Day, the 2nd baseman, his first time around. And he hammers one towards right field. It's heading back towards the fence, but not far enough, just in front, caught by Turner, and that'll end the inning. I'm Perri Kitei alongside Luke West Poley, and you're listening to the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Top of the second. The first inning went by rather quickly for both
Now
of these
batting
teams.
for the
No base
Whitecaps,
runners from either of
out
them
of
yet.
Florida State,
The
number
Whitecaps
7,
back
Jaime
up
Ferrer.
to bat, number 7, Jaime Ferrer, the right fielder today. Ferrer check swing, couldn't hold back, and that's strike 1.
This is what we've seen from Wall through this early part of the outing. A lot of ugly looking swings, check swings that go a little too far. A lot of that good breaking stuff.
Ball's put in play, Wall handles it, and tosses it over to Hunter Hines on first. For the Red Sox, first out of the inning.
Next up, out of Mizzou, number 31, Dylan Leach.
Dylan Leach, the lefty, his first time around, playing behind the plate today. Out of Mizzou. Takes ball, strike 1, just kissed the top of the zone on that. Strike 2 looking. Wall has really been locating these pitches well, just on those outside edges of the zone. Strong contact, fouled back, strike 2. Counts 2-2 to Leach. Swings late, fouled it out of play again. Late swing, dropped ball. Will King makes the play to first. Hines throwing it around the horn. That's out number 2.
Next up, out of Marist, number 3, Dylan Hoy.
Wall looking to face the minimum as Dylan Hoy steps into the lefty batter's box. Hoy plays for Marist College, and he's from about the same area, from Suffern, New York. Strike 2 finds the bottom of the zone. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Dylan Hoy. Holds off, full count. Wall taking his time, takes a deep breath. The payoff pitch, hammered into left field, but it's going to drop foul. Most of the hard contact we've seen so far today has not managed to stay fair. See if Poley can change that here. And it's popped up into foul territory. Jacob Christian can't make a play on it. He had a few catches in foul territory yesterday in that left field position. Played first base most of the year over at Point Loma Nazarene University, but has been solid in left field for the Red Sox so far this season. Boyd takes ball 4, just missed the zone, and we have our first base runner.
Out of Indiana, number 45, Brock Tibbetts.
Another player playing not his normal position. It's Brock Tibbetts playing first base today, normally behind the plate for the Indiana University Hoosiers. Small lead from Hoy. Tibbetts chopped up the middle, double play opportunity, but they only need one. That's the third out of the inning. Brady Day collected that very cleanly, stepped on the bag, and that'll bring us to the bottom of the second. YD going 4, 5, 6 when we come back. Bottom second, YD still looking for their first base runner coming up. It's Max Vieira, the third baseman out of Kansas State. Excuse me, Seton Hall. He takes ball 1 outside. Vieira, 2023 All Big East first team selection, batted .319 to go along with 69 hits, 5 home runs, 23 stolen bases, so a lot of speed in those legs. Check swing, 1 around.
Yeah, Seton Hall's a good program on the rise in the Big East. Made the Big East tournament this season. Got that 4th spot. Coaching staff won the Coaching Staff of the Year award in the conference.
Vieira into right field, and it drops in front of Jaime Ferrer. YD records a base hit, first of the game for either team.
Yeah, just a solid piece of hitting to throw the bat on the ball and go the opposite way. Good especially to break up that streak that the Red Sox were on, going 1, 2, 3 in the first. Now you bring up Hunter Hines. We know from what we've seen in the spring that he's got some pop in the bat. Still waiting on him to showcase that here this summer.
Runner goes, swing, the throwdown, not in time. Stolen base for Max Vieira. The ball from Leach was just a little high for Turner, for Peyton Green behind second. Couldn't bring down the tag in time to catch Vieira.
Yeah, I think Vieira actually got a late jump there, but had some pretty enormous acceleration to get into second base, and like you said, that throw a little bit high.
Check swing from Hines, pass ball, and Vieira takes third easily. pretty sizable backstop here at Red Wilson Field. You can expect on any pass ball, these runners will try to advance.
Gonna appeal to third just to see if Hines went around on that. And third base umpire David Speranza said he did not, so it's a 1-1 count.
Ball 2 outside, a little bit of a sidearm on that from Reardon. The 2-1. Hines late swings through it. Strike 2. No outs, a runner on third. That's Max Vieira for the Red Sox. If YD could plate a run in this inning, it would be the first time this season that they would be winning a game. Hines lines it into right field and it drops just down the line. He's going for 2. Vieira scores. And a stand-up double for Hunter Hines. We've been waiting to see the pop on his bat, and finally he comes through. RBI double for Hunter Hines.
Maybe cut that a little bit close going with the stand-up double there, but regardless, that ball was ripped up the line. And a really nice at-bat from Hines allows the base runner to move up 180 feet and brings him home.
Just in front of the fence, and he can't make the grab. A home run from Jacob Christian. Didn't even announce his name, and he hits an absolute bomb to center field. Longest part of the park, not a problem. And YD leads 3-0.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. That ball was roped out towards center field. Turner gave chase to it, but could tell off the bat that ball was smacked, and it's the first homer of the year for YD. They've given up a couple, finally have one of their own off the bat of Jacob Christian. He was one of the guys you thought if someone was going to get it, might be him.
So Enzo Apodaca playing right field today out of Gonzaga. His first time around, and he hits a long ball, but it's going to drop in right field for Rare. Collects for out number 1, but YD is absolutely on fire right now. They're seeing Reardon very well.
Yeah, they're starting to get the barrel on the ball, which they haven't had in early innings really at all through these first couple of games. Good to see for this YD lineup, especially the middle of the order coming through. Your 4, 5, 6 guys all reaching base.
Popped up and out of play from Collier Cranford for strike number 1. But Reardon catches the corner on the outside, strike 2. Collier behind 0-2. Slow grounder up towards first. And Brock Tibbetts beats him out number 2.
Northwestern, Illinois, number 6, Nick Mitchell.
YD has reached the bottom of their lineup. Center fielder Nick Mitchell up to bat. They've gone through quite a few, the 4 spots, the 9 spot in this inning. 3 runs, 3 hits to go alongside that so far. Mitchell out of Western Illinois University. Swings through, strike one. Two and one count, 2 outs. No runners aboard for Nick Mitchell. The All-Summit League first teamer takes strike two, a floater at the top of the zone. Nice off speed from Reardon. Mitchell just finished up his sophomore year. He's been an all-conference selection in both years he's played collegiately. The 2-2. Mitchell grounds it up the third baseline and it stays fair. Now into foul territory. He's already rounded first. And a stand-up double for Nick Mitchell. That ball looked like it might creep foul, but stayed fair just enough. And YD has another runner in scoring position, turning over the lineup, going back to Nathan Archer.
So now Nathan Archer, see if he can keep this inning alive and maybe bring in another insurance run for YD. Nice job to flip the lineup over by Nick Mitchell. Still waiting on top of the order to come through in an early inning for YD. Hasn't happened yet this year.
Archer tries to lay down the bunt, but can't, goes foul. Going for the sneak attack. Counts 0-1. Archer certainly has the speed to beat out an infield single. Ten stolen bases on the season. Or the season he just finished up, I should say. Mitchell, solid lead at second. The 1-1. Archer hammers it towards center field. It's going back, and it's over the fence. Another home run for the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. Nathan Archer at the top of the order, a no-doubter. And the Red Sox lead 5-0.
How's that for the top of the order? Guy that's got some speed. He was trying to bunt at the beginning of this at-bat. That's a little bit better than a bunt, I'd say, with 2 outs. Hammer shot, and that center field wall is getting some play right now over the fence for the second time in this inning for YD.
Conversation on the mound between Leach and Reardon, trying to settle down his pitcher, collect the last out of the inning. Mitchell and Archer both hits on 2 outs. And Will King back up to bat. For 1 today, popped out. Two 2-0 to start the count. And ball 3 just misses the zone low. No walks for Reardon yet. And finds the strike zone there. And the off-speed catches the zone again, full count. A decisive moment for Reardon, facing one of the best batters so far in the YD lineup. King fouls it behind the backstop. King pops it up high in the infield, and it's caught just out of play by Brock Tibbetts. That will retire the inning. 5 hits, 5 runs for the YD Red Sox, and they lead 5-0 heading into the top of the third on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Back for the top of the third, and the Whitecaps have some catching up to do. They haven't even made it through their entire lineup, and now they're facing a 5-run deficit. Joe Stella, the designated hitter for the day. One and one to start things off. Swings through, strike 2. Count evens up, Stella in the 9th spot. So Wall will face first and second, as it is just inside full count.
Yeah, Stella, a guy who's hit over 350 back-to-back years at Perri University Division II program down in Florida.
Wall walks him, and the Brewster Whitecaps have a base runner to lead things off here in the top of the third. Trevor Austin actually in the 9 spot. Had my lineup confused there. The second baseman. King, nice stop to keep the ball in front, prevent the runner from advancing. The 1-1. Outside, King threatens at first, but holds off. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The infield playing on the edge of the grass. Hit sharply towards center. Nick Mitchell going for it, makes the grab. Runner does not advance. 1 out for the Red Sox.
Out of South Alabama, number 23, Will Turner.
Will Turner, the leadoff batter. Pickoff attempt towards first. Wall checks his runner, not a big lead. One and 0 is the count. A hard hit ball towards right field, and that is long gone. The Brewster Whitecaps bite back. It's Will Turner at the top of the order. Absolutely clobbered that ball. No shot at it from the Red Sox. Cleared the fence by about 20 feet, and it's 5-2.
First of the year for Turner. And now we're starting to see why we were told so often that this park plays small. We saw a couple home runs yesterday, and now 3 already here today. It looks like a home run fest right now.
Another hard hit ball towards left field. And another base runner for the Whitecaps. That's Peyton Green in the 2 spot. Brewster is responding to the Red Sox massive second inning. Slowly figuring out Wall here in the second time through the order. Pickoff attempt towards first. Hines couldn't hang on to the ball. Tibbs, the left fielder, at the plate in that lefty batter's box. Native of Atlanta, Georgia, attends Florida State University. King can't frame it. It's 2-1. Nice snag from King to avoid the wild pitch. Green on first, looks ready to jump. That foul ball evens things up. It's 2-2. Wall makes him miss. Strikeout, foul tip caught by Will King, out number 2.
Next up, out of Florida State, number 7, Jaime Ferrer.
Dangerous pickoff attempt towards first for Wall. Hines scooped it up cleanly. But that's the second time that Wall hasn't really been on target with those attempts at first. There goes another one. Runner is safe. Jaime Ferrer back for his second time around. Another pickoff towards first, runner safe again. Wall definitely closer on these. Peyton Green beating him back to the bag. Ferrer pops it up into the infield, foul territory. Hines makes the grab, ends the inning. The Red Sox come back up to bat. The Brewster Whitecaps, however, biting into that lead. It's 5-2, 2 hits for the Whitecaps. And we head to the bottom of the third.
Number 10, Brady Day.
Bottom of the third at Red Wilson Field. The sun's back out. I've been a little bit overcast, but for Brady Day, the sun decided to come back out. Day takes the off-speed strike down the middle. Behind the plate is sticking his entire leg out, that left leg, to get in his blocking position. Takes up a lot of space. Counts 1-1. Day makes contact at the knob, fouls it out of play on the ground. Reardon still on the mound for his third inning of work. Day fouls it back into the fence. Max Vieira on deck. Hard hit ball towards right center. At the fence, Turner makes the grab. Almost thought that'd be another YD home run, but just had too much underneath it. In the deepest part of the park, Will Turner was there.
It's the second time now Brady Day has flown out deep in the outfield to Will Turner. Seeing the ball well, hitting it well, but just kept within the confines of the fence so far.
Vieira attacks early, fouls it towards the right side bleachers. Up the middle towards Turner again. Out number 2, both unassisted by Will Turner. Vieira had solid contact, but just was heading directly in front of Turner. Unfortunate placement. So 2 up, 2 down quickly for the Red Sox.
44, Hunter Hines.
Hunter Hines clobbered a double in his first at-bat. And he might do it again, sends a blooper towards right. It drops in front of Brewster. That's a single for Hunter Hines. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
Next up, Woman After number 26, Jacob Christian.
The first home run hitter of the day, Jacob Christian, up to bat for his second time around. In his first at-bat, attacked the first pitch and sent it way over the center wall. Check swing didn't go around. The 0-1. Christian swings late on a ball high and inside. Got choked up by Reardon. Oh and 2. Hines on first, 2 outs. Pops it up foul. Christian takes ball 1 inside. Fouls it back again, still behind in the count, but really drawing out this at-bat. It's 5-2 in the bottom of the third. YD leads. but foul on the ground up that third base line. Checks his signs from Coach Pick at third base.
Happy birthday to Coach Pick yesterday. Coach Pick turned the ripe age of 25 years old yesterday.
Down low, ball 2, so count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Christian.
Pick was not happy that the team gave him a birthday loss yesterday after the game. He was happy they gave him a birthday 6-run inning. Came up just short against the Kets.
Right, small lead on first. Christian, foul again up the third base line. Calmly walks back to that right side batter's box after the longest at-bat of the day from either team. Pitch on the way. Christian sneaks one fair up the third base line. Nope, goes foul again just before the base. I really thought that one was gonna stay in, but our home plate umpire disagreed. So Christian back again. Just inches away from his foul ball 2 pitches ago. Dylan Hoy really shifted over. And Christian sneaks one through the gap. Hines safely on second. Because Hoy had shifted over to that third baseline, Christian snuck a ball through where Hoy normally would be standing. Hard hit grounder. And YD, 2 base runners aboard for Enzo Apodaca.
Yeah, against the power part of the YD lineup, Brewster trying to guard the lines, prevent the extra bases, but sometimes things like that happen when you do that. Just sneak one through the gap in the infield, and now you bring up a nice contact guy in Enzo Apodaca and an RBI opportunity.
Apodaca finds the tip. But so is Jacob Christian, and now he's on first base. Third pitch to Apodaca, high and away. Ball 1. YD plated 2 runs on 2 outs in the last inning, looking to repeat that here. Hines in scoring position on second, Christian on first. Apodaca hits it to the Brewster dugout. Swing and a miss. Apodaca goes down. YD strands 2. No runs added, and we head to the top of the 4th. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley. You're listening to the Cape Cod Broadcast Network.
Top of the fourth inning here from Red Wilson Field. Luke Poley, Perri Kitei alongside. 5-2, Red Sox got the lead over the Brewster Whitecaps. All 5 runs for YD in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs for Brewster off the homer from Will Turner in the third. It's Dylan Leach to kick things off. Takes ball 1 from Finnegan Wall, who's back out on the mound, right-hander for the Red Sox. So far, Wall has walked 2 batters, given up 2 hits and 2 runs. Wall working from the wind. Leach is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 2 balls and a strike to him. 5 strikeouts so far for Finnegan Wall. That's his total. 35 strikeouts on the year. Did that one hit him? Yes, it did. Dylan Leach just clipped that one. Got him right on the edge. And so he will take first base.
Number 3, Dylan Hoy.
That brings up Dylan Hoy. Late insertion into the lineup today. Was put into the game just about 10 minutes before first pitch. Place of Vincent Cimini. Hoy, the senior, Marist Red Fox. Takes ball 1 down low. Runner goes. Picked off the dirt late by Will King. Throw's not going to be in time. Nice job by Leach. Was not off with the pitch, but was running as soon as he saw that ball hit the dirt. And Will King with no chance. Runner in a scoring position for Brewster.
Very heads-up base running by Dylan Leach. Saw that King wasn't expecting him to go. The ball was in the dirt. King was taking his time, so Leach took advantage of the moment.
1-0 count to Dylan Hoy. Wrapped over first base side. It's picked up for YD by Hines, so he flips to the covering pitcher and Wall, who steps on the bag for out number 1. Leach moves from second to third. And there's 1 gone in the top of the fourth inning. Brings up Brock Tibbetts, the Indiana Hoosier, reached on a fielder's choice. That was back in the second inning, retired the side in doing so. Runner on third for the big, tall righty. Good frame by Will King to force the strike 1 call against Brock Tibbetts. From the first base side of the rubber. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. A little bit of wrinkle to that one from Finnegan Wall. Native of California, but was born right here on Cape Cod in West Dennis, supporting what is technically his hometown team. 0-2 foul back.
Tibbetts was a second-team All-Big Ten selection this season. Got one Big Ten Player of the Week award right at the beginning, March 27th.
Behind 0-2. Breaking ball high and away for ball 1. Wall has not nibbled necessarily at these hitters in 0-2 counts as some of these other YD pitchers have through these first couple of games. Red Sox are going to bring the infield halfway in here. 1-2 reached for and poked foul.
Tibbetts listed on the Brewster roster as a catcher. However, he played all 59 games at first base in 2023. Perhaps a catcher by training, but definitely a veteran of that first base position, which is where he is today.
Another 1-2, grounded up the middle. This is going to be a base hit. Run comes in to score. And Brock Tibbetts has made this a 2-run ball game with an RBI single in the top of the fourth. That cuts the YD lead down to 5-3.
really well hit ball from Tibbetts. Very hard up the middle. No chance at it for Cranford or Day. Just snuck through right over that second base line.
So that brings up Joe Stella. He is DHing. First pitch to him. Finds the outside corner for strike one.
Just one stolen base on the year for Brock Tibbetts, so not the biggest threat on paper in the base paths.
Oh, 1 is spiked down low. Tibbetts, along with Stella and Dylan Leach, 3 catchers that have all, by some way, found their way into the lineup today for Brewster in various capacities. A catcher, a DH, and they've thrown Tibbetts over at first base. Snap throw over to first. Joe Stella mentioned plays Division II ball at Perri University. That Sunshine State Conference that they play in is no joke. Home of some other powerhouses at the D2 level, such as Nova Southeastern, U Tampa, and Rollins College. 1-1 misses off the corner. First team all-conference as a designated hitter this year, Joe Stella was. 51 RBIs led the team for Perri. Just gets a piece of the 2-1 offering. Started all 53 games for Perri this season en route to a .949 OPS. This Brewster team can hit. Cape Cod League champions 2 years ago. Made the championship series again last year, representing the East Division. Fell to the Bourne Braves. Those two had a rematch on opening day. It was a comeback win for the Whitecaps. Stella lifts up the 2-2 right side. King giving chase, runs out of room, hits the sidewall. That gets out of play.
Impressive hustle by King, getting all the way over the fence before the ball hit the ground. It was out of play, but heads up from King.
Right behind the Brewster Whitecaps broadcast team, there's a man who is holding that baseball, so that might have almost hit their radio guys down there. They both seem to be just fine. Another 2-2 coming up to Stella. Swing and a miss. Maybe went chasing there off the corner. It's another strikeout for Finnegan Wall. 6th of the game, and that brings up the 9-man in the order, Trevor Austin, with a runner on first and 2 gone in the 4th. Austin, 5'10", takes the first pitch down low. One-0 flies up high. Native of Jefferson City, Missouri. Two balls and no strikes to the Mizzou Tiger. Lifted up left field. Christian casually over into the gap, loses the hat. He's called off by center fielder Nick Mitchell, but he makes the catch and the inning is over. 1 run comes across. YD ends the scoring threat any further for Brewster at that, and it is 5-3 Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. 8-9-1 coming up for YD in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 5-3 game with the Red Sox on top. Collier Cranford gets his second lick at the plate in the last of the fourth. Goes after the first pitch and bounds it foul over towards the YD bullpen that has a right-hander up and working in it.
Cranford batted .251 in 50 games this season at Kansas, where he finished his redshirt junior year. Transferred from LSU.
Cranford takes the breaking ball to even the count at a ball and a strike. Looks like it's Sawyer Hawks out there in the YD bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike to Collier. Got the start yesterday, his first of the season. Lined over to the shortstop. It's off the glove of Green, and it bounces into left field. Check the scorer's decision on that one. He hit it pretty hard. Collier Cranford is aboard. And we will have to check on the decision.
I think I saw a little bit of movement in the air. That ball had some spin on it, spinning a little bit away from Peyton Green. It certainly was possible for him to make the play, but very hard contact from Cranford.
Rolled a base hit. So for a YD, 8th hit of the game, and that brings up Nick Mitchell. Mitchell hit a double back in the second inning. Also came across to score. Center fielder in the lineup today. Out of Western Illinois. Squares to bunt. It is down. Third base was already in. And the throw on to first by Chamini is in plenty of time. Or I beg your pardon, that's Dylan Hoy over there at third. Moves the runner up.
Next up, out of Bowling Green, number 17,
And that flips the lineup over for YD.
Archer.
Mitchell doing his job to advance the runner. Now there's a runner in scoring position for Archer, who clobbered a homer to center in his last at-bat.
Archer's 1 for 2 today. Left-handed swinger. Squares to bunt on the first pitch and pulls it back. We saw him do that during the home run at bat. Early on in the at-bat, squared to bunt, was not able to get one in play. And then when he went swinging, he put one over the fence.
I mean, with the element of surprise on a bunt like that, if you can leave it with soft...
It's kind of a weird-looking play there, a sword type of swing from Nathan Archer. And looked like it caught Dylan Leach off guard behind the plate. Wasn't really attempting to get to that ball too quickly, and it was a jog from second to third for Cranford, who's now just 90 feet away. Corner infield comes in for Brewster. Archer ahead in the count now at 2-1. Swing and a miss over the top of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Strong looking swing for the player out of Bowling Green. The second team All-Max selection in 2023.
Archer out of LaGrange, Ohio. The pitch. Stays at 2-2. On deck for YD is Will King. Nathan Archer looking to pick up RBI number 2 on the season. So far this year, he is a combined 3 for 7 for a .428 average. Count runs full. King, one of 3 Red Sox who's on deck that's yet to reach base. Payoff. Slow hopper over the mound, fielded at second by Austin, throws to first, not in time. It's legged out by Nathan Archer. The run scores, and it's an RBI infield single for the Bowling Green Falcon. And the Red Sox get the run right back in the bottom of the inning. It's 6-3 YD.
Number 30, Will King.
There's that speed we were talking about from Archer. Ball bounced over the pitcher's head. An admirable play from Peyton Green, who got to it, but Archer's speed just beat him out by half a step.
Runner goes, first pitch to King, looped up in the air, shallow right field, backing up on it, now coming in. Ferrer puts the squeeze on it. Archer frantically retreating, and he gets back in the nick of time to first base to prevent the double play. And there's 2 out. Coach out of the dugout for Brewster. Reardon so far has gone at 3 2/3. Had a lopsided spot on him, 5 runs in the bottom of the second. Outside of that has been pretty solid. Has dealt with some runners on base in the 3rd inning. Has given up a run here in the 4th. But we will see a call to the bullpen for the Whitecaps, the first of the game by either team. And we'll have a new pitcher to tell you about when we come back. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it's 6-3 YD. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Taking over on the mound for Brewster, it is Tyler Mudd, the lefty out of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Holy Cross Crusader comes into a 6-3 game led by the Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th. Up at the plate, Brady Day is 0 for 2. Runner goes, and he's picked off. Running on to second, Archer in a rundown. Chasing him back halfway to the bag. He's tagged out, and how's that? Coming out of the bullpen. Doesn't even need to throw a pitch, and Tyler Mudd gets an out that retires the side in the bottom of the 4th, but not before YD gets the run right back. It's 6-3 Red Sox. We head to the 5th here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. seasons at the Air Force Academy. He's a native of Florida, but is now in the transfer portal. 1-0 pitch on the way. That sinks down low. Hawks, though, one of the best names you could think of for a guy that attends the Air Force Academy. 2-0. Hit up in the air, right field. Basically no movement from Apodaca. Now he'll trot in and make the catch for out number 1.
Hard hit ball, but too far under it. Didn't have a chance at getting out of here. Apodaca, plenty of time to make that play.
That brings up Peyton Green, who is 1 for 2, was one of 6 strikeout victims from Finnegan Wall. Also has a base hit in this game. Takes strike 1 in the outside corner. Righty on lefty. Sawyer Hawks working from the windup. 3-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup.
Interesting fact about Sawyer Hawks, he loves to read specifically Greek, Roman, and Egyptian mythology. I read a lot of that growing up too, so.
Fastball outside.
I have to say, he has good taste. He's definitely read all of the Percy Jackson books.
Definitely. 1-2, rung up for strike 3. The fastball freezes Peyton Green, who gets a backwards K for the second time in this game. And Hawks has gone through the first 2 batters he's seen with some efficiency. 2 gone in the top of the 5th.
Out of high school, Hawks have won the award for the most athletic in the entire school.
First pitch is lifted up by Tibbs over to the left side, may be playable, and the catch is made after a long run by Max Vieira. Red Sox third baseman went way into foul territory. We mentioned yesterday the long reaches that the field has here at Red Wilson. And the top of the 5th inning comes to an end. We're halfway home from South Yarmouth. It's 6-3 YD on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 5th inning here from Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth. Brady Day came up to the plate, but did not get to finish his at-bat. Takes strike 1. That's the first pitch he's seen now across the, what you could say, 2 plate appearances, I guess. As the 0-1 comes in and finds his own for strike 2. Tyler Mudd came in with a runner on first and 2 outs and did not throw a pitch. He picked off Nathan Archer to end the inning before he threw home. 1-2 count to Brady Day, who has flown out twice on 2 hard hit balls to center field that were caught by Will Turner. Another 1-2, and he golfs at it, swung on and missed for strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Tyler Mudd, who's now gotten 2 outs. And that brings in Max Vieira, who made a nice play to end the top of this inning. First pitch backdoors in for strike 1. Max Vieira, Seton Hall Pirate, Watches the 0-1 outside, 1-1 Big East baseball is in a very interesting spot right now. Mentioned earlier Seton Hall being on the rise, and he goes after this one, flown out to deep center field. Turner now coming in and makes the catch for out number 2. Bit of a deke job there as he went back to the wall and then came in about 10 steps to make that grab for the second out. That brings in Hunter Hines with 2 gone. The Big East, a very interesting conference. It's a conference that's increasing every year in terms of its depth. Had been dominated by UConn up until this year when Xavier won the tournament title. Now there are rumors that UConn might jump into the Big 12 within the next couple of years. First pitch to Hines falls low for ball 1. He's had a nice day at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And takes ball 2 down in the dirt.
All of this conference realigning is giving me a headache now that USC and UCLA officially joining the Big Ten in the fall. Looking at the football schedules, they're doing over 4,000 miles of travel. It seems crazy.
2-0 pitch. Hit well, center field, backing up Turner, coming over now into the left center gap. Long run, and he makes it hung up forever, but it finds a glove in the outfield, and the side is retired in the bottom of the 5th. No runs to speak of here in this 5th inning. First time we could say that since the first. It's still 6-3 YD as we head to inning number 6 here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 6th inning here from YD. Luke West, Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside. 4-5-6 coming up in the Brewster Whitecap order, down by 3 as we make our way through the middle innings. First pitch yanked outside to Jaime Ferrer for ball 1. Thanks for tuning in here tonight. We'll be back on the air tomorrow for our radio broadcast on the road. 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball that misses for ball 2. Red Sox will be taking on the Falmouth Commodores from Arnie Allen Diamond. Perri and I have the call at 6 p.m. right here on our network. Looping breaking ball on the 2-0 pitch, but doesn't fall enough. It's above the zone for ball 3. And he takes ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk for Sawyer Hawks, who mowed through the top of the lineup in the last inning. The first 3 batters he faced, he put down all of them. First pitch is up high for ball 1 to Dylan Leach. Type 1 runs in my family as well. I've seen firsthand the amount of effort that it takes, and couldn't even imagine as an athlete as well, to balance everything that's going on, all the variables at play.
He does have some good genetics, too. His grandfather played baseball and basketball for the Cuban national team.
Leach looking for something here. Loops it left side. That's going to drop for a base hit in front of Christian. It's his first hit of the game. He's now reached base back-to-back times. And the tying run coming to the plate for Brewster with nobody out. Ferrer held up at second. And Dylan Hoy up to the plate in a big spot. YD going to bring the corners in. Hoy, who stole 16 bases, does have some speed. Would not be surprised to see the bunt sign on. Corner infield creeping further in for the Red Sox. There's the bunt, but it's pulled back with a pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Hoy played last summer with the Frederick Keys in the MLB Draft League. Hit .245 this year in college. Pulls back the bunt again. Sawyer Hawks a little bit around the zone right now. He's throwing a couple in the dirt. And now we're going to see a pause and a coach out of the YD dugout to go have a talk with him. Nobody up in the YD bullpen. This is just a meeting of the infield to try and prevent any damage here. Do see some milling around now near the YD bullpen, but still nobody up and throwing.
And I anticipate Coach Pickler, after yesterday, has done some evaluating of his bullpen strategy. Yesterday really left his pitchers in for multiple innings, each of them. Parker Ward out of Dayton had a little bit of a rough day. Some runs came across the plate after a few free passes, so probably looking to limit that a little bit more today. These pitchers might be on a shorter leash than they were yesterday.
Meeting of the minds is broken up, and it's a 2-0 count to Dylan Hoy. Again, the bunt is pulled back. So 3 balls and no strikes. On deck, Brock Tibbetts has reached base both times he's come to the plate for Brewster. See if the bunt comes up here at 3-0. It does, and it's put down foul. That pitch was
Attempt was a little bit late. I think he realized it was going to be a strike and was like, I might as well try. That seemed to be the thought process there. It didn't get quite square.
That pitch off the corner. The bunt is pulled back again, so Hoy works the 5-pitch walk. And with still nobody out in this inning, Brock Tibbetts comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
There is a YD coach walking over to the bullpen pitchers. Catcher putting on his gear. Nolan Shermer, the bullpen catcher for the YD Red Sox, plays at Boston College. So some action starting up.
First pitch to Tibbetts, flung high and away for ball 1. Tibbetts hit 10 home runs collegiately. .1-0 hit in the air, foul. Second team All Big Ten selection with the Indiana Hoosiers. Native of New Albany, Ohio, in the greater Columbus area. Played his high school ball for New Albany High School. Very, very strong public school program in the state. Won a Division I state championship his senior year. Takes the breaking ball in the dirt for ball 2. So ahead in the count.
Blake Ida warming up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. We saw him in the first game of the season. He was the first reliever at the bullpen this season for the Red Sox.
2-1 pitch. Tapped foul. So if Ida was to come in, he would be the first pitcher for the Red Sox to get their second outing of the season.
Many of them yet to have their first outing of the season.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Tibbetts. Swung on and missed on the breaking ball. And that's strike 3. Big stuff there from Sawyer Hawks, who had his back against the wall, nowhere to put Brock Tibbetts. able to get his second strikeout. And now that opens up the double play inning-ending opportunity with Joe Stella striding up.
That was such a crucial pitch from Hawks. Gives himself a little bit of breathing room, gives Ida a little bit more time to warm up in the bullpen, and keeps a run from coming across the plate.
Joe Stella has walked and scored. He's also struck out swinging. First pitch misses below the zone for ball one. Signed to the infield for Will King, who is making his second straight start behind the dish for YD after pinch hitting in game number 1. One-0. Breaking ball flies upstairs. Hawks trying to lock in and just get out of this 6th inning. Brewster trying to get their first run, the tying run on base. This one hit pretty well out to center, backing up Mitchell, and just short of the wall, he's got the room to make the catch. Runner's tag, throw comes into third. It was a close play, but everybody's safe. Runner from first, that is Dylan Hoy, he stays put. So 1 run scores on the sac fly by Joe Stella. Cannon out there from Nick Mitchell in center, nearly gunned the runner down. And it's now a 6-4 ball game. Collier Cranford tried to cut that throw off, and he missed at short. And then the ball skittered over to third and nearly beat the runner. So runners on the corners now with 2 gone for Trevor Austin, who's got 2 flyouts to his name in this game, both to center field. Stella picks up the RBI. That's his first of the year. This pitch is in there for strike 1. Wind blowing lazily out to left field. Sun is still out, although it is not sunny necessarily. Clouds covering the sky for the most part. 0-1 drops low. Very large fluctuation of temperatures, as you alluded to, Perry, earlier in the game. Here in this early part of the season, it's warm when the sun's out. When it starts to set, it gets a lot cooler. 2-1 count to Trevor Austin. 5'10", 188 pounds, senior from Mizzou. Looped into right field, coming over, diving effort by Apodaca, and he makes the catch. Side retired. Enzo saves a run, and YD retains a 2-run lead after 5.5 from Merrill Red Wilson. It's 6-4 Red Sox here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Jacob Christian leads off for YD. 6-4 Red Sox over the Brewster Whitecaps. Luke Poley, Perri Kitei alongside. YD limited the damage to 1 in the top of the inning. Christian wraps this one on the ground over to third. Backhand field by Hoy. He throws a long way to first, and the stretch is in time to beat out Christian for out number 1. He's retired for the first time.
His elbow guard fell off as he tried to leap to first base, beat out the throw, but not in time, even with that 6-foot stature of his.
Enzo Apodaca made a brilliant play out in right field to end the top of the 6th inning and limit the damage to just 1 run with runners on the corners for Brewster, diving catch in right. First pitch misses low to him for ball 1. Apodaca, who had a phenomenal year out in Washington with the Gonzaga Bulldogs, looking for his first hit in the Cape League this summer. He's 0 for 2 today. From the wind, the 2-0 pitch. Curls away from him for ball 3.
I don't think we'll be seeing the green light here.
Don't think so?
No.
Red light was on. Maybe. Wasn't a pitch to swing at anyways. That's ball 4. Apodaca reaches for the first time in this game. And with 1 out, that brings up Collier Cranford, who's 1 for 2.
I don't know if we've seen a 4-pitch walk yet this season. That might be the first. At least for the Red Sox, getting on base.
Cranford scored a run in the 4th inning. YD shortstop is 1 for 2. Takes a big hack on the first pitch, comes up empty for strike 1. Around the CCBL in the 6th inning from Katuitt. Wareham and the Kettleers tied up at 2. Hyannis on top of Chatham in the 2nd inning from McKeon Park, 3-0. A couple of games haven't started yet between Bourne and Orleans and Falmouth and Harwich. 0-1 hit off the end of the bat to second base. Austin Fields cleanly gets the lead runner. Green will eat it. No chance to get Cranford on the back end. But Apodaca put out at second. Cranford reaches on the fielder's choice, and there are 2 down in the bottom of the 6th.
Nice play by Austin to recognize and get the lead runner. Bit of an awkward turn for him, but makes the play.
Nick Mitchell up to the dish. He's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt his last time up. First pitch squirts between the legs of Leach. Jogging onto second base, Collier Cranford arrives without a throw. So he moves into scoring position, and that makes it a 1-0 count to Nick Mitchell. Second home game, pretty good crowd on hand here at Red Wilson Field. Second of 8 home games on the first 12 game days for the Red Sox to begin the season. 1-0 pitch finds the bottom part of the zone. Red Sox will not be at home tomorrow. They will be on the road in Falmouth, taking on a West Division foe in the Commodores at 6 p.m. Then they'll be back at home for the next 2 against Chatham and Harwich. Big swing and a miss on the 1-1 offering. The off day this week comes on Thursday, in between the Chatham and Harwich games. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick Mitchell. Gets a piece, stays alive. YD with 6 runs off 9 hits. 4 runs off 4 hits for the Whitecaps. No one has committed an error so far in this game. Yesterday was error-free until the 8th inning, after game 1 for YD was chock full of them. Pitching out of the stretch. Wrapped foul. Tyler Mudd trying to get out of this inning.
Mitchell's had a solid day today, reached base in his first at-bat. During the season, he had a 30-game reached base streak while batting .354. So he knows how to find first.
In a 1-2 count, just on the bat. And again, just gets a piece. Gets it to the backstop to keep the count at 1-2. He's hitting against a temp pitcher in Tyler Mudd, who is rostered on 2 summer collegiate teams at once. He's also appeared in 2 games already this season for the Worcester Bravehearts in the Futures League. Of course, Worcester, where he plays his college ball at Holy Cross. This is his first Cape League appearance of the year. Had 1 appearance last season for Falmouth. So the 1-2 was fouled off. Was an FCBL All-Star back in 2021 for the Worcester Bravehearts. His dad is the athletic director at Worcester State. Smaller guy in terms of stature, 5'9", left-hander. Another 1-2. And another small piece of contact from Nick Mitchell, who's worked a long at-bat here with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order coming up for Brewster in the 7th. YD with another pitcher up in the bullpen. Still Blake Ida. Broken bat pop-up and no movement on the mound. Catch made by Tyler Mudd, and the inning is over. Red Sox get a base runner, no runs, though, for YD in the bottom of the 6th. And as we head to inning number 7, it's a 2-run Red Sox lead 6-4. You're watching Red Sox baseball here on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Top of the 7th, the Red Sox lead the Whitecaps 6-4, and Sawyer Hawks back on the mound after somewhat working himself out of a jam and only allowing 1 run in a dangerous situation last inning. He has been given leave to return, but Blake Ida in the bullpen now fully warmed up, ready for that call at any moment. Will Turner counts 1-1 on him, top of the order. Bounces off King's foot. Ball 2. Swung through, strike 2. Whenever I say the name Will Turner, it just makes me think of Pirates of the Caribbean, one of my favorite movie franchises. Turner skies it into foul territory, might be a play on it. Over in the YD dugout, one of our beat writers, Ben Schrober, attempted to make the barehanded catch. Doesn't look like that worked out for him.
No, he ducked out of the way.
I think he was a little afraid. It was coming at him pretty fast, but valiant attempt.
He did the old camp underneath it until the ball's about a foot from your face and then run for the hills. I don't even see him anymore. He might have ran out of the dugout.
I think I saw him hit the deck, to be honest. Hard hit into foul territory. Counts 2-2. Turner swings at one, popped up into left field. Jacob Christian coming into that left center shallow gap. Long run, but makes the play. Out number 1. Peyton Green in the 2 spot. Ball bounces off King's foot again, identical to a few pitches ago. Luckily for the Red Sox, no base runners aboard to take advantage of that. Hawks in the dirt again. It's 2-0. Pitch on the way. Green chops it up the middle. Fielded, and the play is made by Collier Cranford. That ball had a bit of a bounce to it, but Cranford read it perfectly, charged it, made the play over to Hines at first, so 2 up, 2 down for Hawks. Different start than last inning.
Now the YD's going to put the shift on. They're going to bring 3 onto the right side of the infield here for Tibbs.
Tibbs almost hit, jumps out of the way on that. It was a very dramatic jump out of the way from Tibbs.
Took off towards the other dugout.
1-0 nonetheless.
I thought the benches might clear.
Hawks misses outside for ball 2 on the off speed. Nice fastball down the middle. Tibbs fouls it out of play. Tibbs accidentally fouls that one off. Tried to turn away from it, but it hit his barrel out of play. So count evens 2-2. Two outs for the Red Sox. Hawks could face the minimum here with another strike. And he does. Hawks, the strikeout looking, will retire the inning. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Red Sox trying to plate some more insurance runs when we come back on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Nathan Archer, the leadoff for the Red Sox. After the 7th inning stretch, we're in the bottom of the inning. Still facing Tyler Mudd. Archer, big hack, misses through that first pitch. Archer squares up to bunt, pulls back, strike 2. Archer swung through it, dropped ball, play is made at first. Looked for a minute like Leach might put on the tag, then Archer took off. So 1 out for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the 7th. Will King back up to bat. A quiet day for him so far, still looking for his first hit. He was moved up in the order. Nice curveball from Tyler Mudd. Clips the zone.
Where do you live again? Maybe you stop.
King cracks it up the middle and it drops in front of the center fielder Turner. So Will King finally finds the grass. He's on first base, brings up Brady Day.
He's the first guy to really say he's got a streak going now. He's hit safely in 3 straight games to begin the season. So we knew he had a hot bat coming into this one, just reaffirming Will King with another base hit.
Brady Day watches ball 1 low. One and one today. King, small lead on first. Mudd checks the runner. Way inside, just under Day's elbow. Late swing, fouled back into the fence. As a lefty, Mudd has a great view of his runner on first, doesn't even need to turn his head, can just move his eyes to check out Will King, who is not much of a threat to steal, but on a passed ball, definitely could be some movement. The 2-2. Fouled back sharply. Day just not locating bat to barrel right now. It is decidedly overcast now here at Red Wilson Field. All of the sun has gone away. Ball 3 just misses low, full count. Day bounces it up the middle. It's going towards second. Double play opportunity. And the Whitecaps collect. Unfortunate placement for King. Popped up right to Peyton Green. Stepped on second. Tossed it over to Tibbetts at first. And that ends the inning. It's Perri Kitei and Luke West Poley on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. We head to the top of the 8th. Sawyer Hawk's day has ended. Blake Ida's day has begun. The Kennesaw State pitcher returns to the mound for his second appearance of the season. Had a 2-3 record at Kennesaw State with a 4.5 ERA. And he faces Jaime Ferrer, who makes contact on the first pitch, goes back to Ida, but he overthrows first. Ferrer is going to advance on the ground rule, that overthrow rule, so tough start for Ida. Looked like a routine play, just a misstep. That's the first error of the game by either team.
Yeah, it's tough as a reliever. That's exactly what you want. You go one pitch and get a ball right to you. May have been some tougher footing just because of the position he was at on the mound, and just threw it too high. The good news for Ida is that's not an earned run if it comes across.
This is true.
I've always been of the opinion that an error on the pitcher should still be an earned run, but
It's not a bad opinion. Dylan Leach, the catcher, hammers it towards right field, heading back to the wall. It's Apodaca, and he makes the leaping grab. An unbelievable play from Apodaca. I thought that ball was for sure out of here. A robbery from Apodaca in right field.
wow, crashed into the fence. And that's the best play we've seen defensively all year, hands down.
2 from him today, the diving play a few innings ago, and now that, extremely athletic plays, both of them very important, impacting this game. Meanwhile, Ferrer did tag and advance to third. That ball was hit deep enough. So Brewster, a runner on third, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Ball 2, low. Dylan Hoy at the plate. Take strike 2 looking. Hoy cracks it up towards the second baseman. Fielded. Day to Hines makes the play, but a runner comes across, and it's a 1-run ball game. 6-5. YD still leads, but Brewster crawling their way back into it inning by inning.
Yeah, no chance for YD to get the out or even limit the runner from coming home. That ball was not hit very hard, got eaten up by the infield grass. YD didn't seem too concerned with it either. Infield playing all the way back.
Ida missing the zone. Two balls, no strikes to Brock Tibbetts. Watches strike 1, the bottom of the zone. Fouled back into the fence, and the count evens up at 2. 2 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. YD hoping to avoid this tying run that Brock Tibbetts represents. Ida delivers. Outside, full count. Over Tibbetts' head, all the way to the fence, a wild pitch, and that's ball 4. Tibbetts takes first.
Next up, out of Perri, number 42, Joe Stella.
Joe Stella in the 8th spot, the DH for the day. The Barry University junior. He represents the go-ahead run for the Whitecaps at the plate, who have not led all day. Ida puts it in there for strike 1. YD put up 5 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 6th, but Brewster, little by little, has climbed back into it. Grounded up towards first, mishandled by Hines. And a collision at first base. The runner is safe. Ida tried to get there in time, and Stella slid into first, something you don't see very often, but he beat out that play. Hines just mishandled it on the hop. So runners advance. It is scored as a hit. It was kind of a nasty hop. Now there will be an infield meeting on the mound. 2 runners aboard, 2 outs. Brewster could do some serious damage here.
Yeah, can't really ask Hines to make that play. It hits something on the infield grass, which is been pretty consistent. It's not super spotty out there. It's pretty well kept. But there is a little bit of patch to it over by first base. And it might have just hit a chunk of grass that kicked it up and tied up Hunter Hines. And this has been a bit of a tough inning for Ida, who's given up the 1 run, but most of all, it's just been a lot of bad luck his way. And now we're going to see a change for Scott Pickler, who's just trying to get these final 4 outs of this game as this 8th inning has been extended.
We'll head to a quick break, and when we get back, we'll talk all about the new pitcher on the mound. YD hoping to collect the last out, send it to the bottom of the 8th. It's Perri Kitei and Luke West Poley. Thanks for listening to the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It's Cole Hillier on the mound for the Red Sox, teammate of left fielder Jacob Christian out at Point Loma Nazarene University. In 2022, he led all of Division II in saves. Was a first-team All-American as well. He delivers a first pitch strike to Trevor Austin, who fouls it back into the fence. Runners on first and second. That's Joe Stella and Brock Tibbetts leading the way. Infield, out on the edges of the grass. Chopped up towards third, mishandled again, trying to make the play at first, and it's overthrown. Devastating errors, 2 in a row for YD. That brings the tying run across. First, it took a nasty hop against Max Vieira, the third baseman. Thought we might have the force out. He recovered, tried for the put out at first to end the inning, and just missed through it. Hines had no chance at it, went into the bleachers. All the runners got to advance on that one.
Yeah, for YD, you need to get out of this inning right now. This means you have an open base at first now, but you obviously don't really want to use it. This is the top of the order in Will Turner.
And we have a tie ball game now.
And the go-ahead run just 90 feet away for Brewster.
So Stella and Austin on third and second. Nice play from King behind the plate. That ball was way outside, but King snagged it, no problem. It's 1-0 to Will Turner.
Looks like we got an intentional walk from the YD dugout.
It's the first we've seen of that all season.
Interesting. So they do play for the open base. They threw a pitch to Turner, maybe to just see if they could give him something close and they could steal a free ground out, or if they could get ahead in a count and get a strike on him. And now Peyton Green up in the biggest spot this game has seen.
Bases loaded for Brewster. 2 outs, tie ball game, strike 1.
And that's what you really like to see out of your pitcher. The downside to taking the intentional walk there is now there's nowhere to put the man at the plate in Green. Crucial first strike from Hilliard.
Swing and a miss from Green. He's down 0-2. Can Hilliard limit the damage? Called strike 3. Hilliard comes up big, hits the outside corner, and we head to the bottom of the 8th with a tie ball game. YD hoping to collect their first win of the season. We'll see when we come back on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It's the bottom of the 8th. Things are tied here at Red Wilson Field. It's 6-6. And Max Vieira coming up for the Red Sox. This is really the heart of the lineup. They've seen a lot of success today. It's Vieira, Hunter Hines, and Jacob Christian after that. All of them have recorded hits today.
And all but Vieira have recorded a pair of hits, and Vieira has had every ball he's hit reach the outfield.
He's been just shy of that fence a few times. Showing the power in the bat. And he rips this one into right field. It drops fair. He's heading to 2. Perri still chasing it in the outfield. Vieira almost goes for 3. Took a huge turnaround second, but diving back, he's safe. And a leadoff double for the Red Sox. Almost turned into yet another tragic error, but Vieira kept himself safe on that, bringing up Hunter Hines, who's had a fantastic day at the plate today.
Yeah, Scott Pickler knows what he's doing. He's coached at this field for a long time. We mentioned how big the field of play is, and that got to the furthest corner. He was giving the wave sign to Vieira all the way until he hit the base, and then he threw up the stop sign. It was a really nice job by Ferrer out and right to get that ball in quickly. The Red Sox nearly paid for it.
We've seen so many of those hits today that drop just inside the line and roll into foul territory, making these outfielders run. Meanwhile, Hines has taken the first 2 balls way inside, both of them just inches away from his chest.
This is another part of your order. You might think about the bunt here, but I just don't think that you can do that with Hines and Christian right behind him.
Hines is the definition of a power bat. First team All-SEC selection as a designated hitter. He had 22 home runs and a lot of doubles to go alongside that. We've seen today just how dangerous he can be when he puts the barrel to the ball. Inside again, past ball, and Vieira advances.
I think home plate umpire might have asked Hines if that hit him, and he said, no, it most definitely did not. That allows Vieira to get over to third, and now you essentially got the bunt for free. Do you go 3-0 green light here as they bring the infield in?
To Hines? I would say maybe. And it just kisses that inside edge for strike 1. I think that's the pitch Mudd was trying to throw the whole time, just missing on the first few. Hines clobbers it towards right field, and it's out of here! A home run for Hunter Hines, his first of the season. He found the barrel, and YD leads 8-6 in the bottom of the 8th.
And that was a no-doubter. He was still in the batter's box when that ball landed. He knew it. And just what YD needed. It shows the importance. Getting ahead in the count as a power hitter, you get a ball over the plate. And guys like Hunter Hines, when they get one over the plate, that's what they do to it. That ball was jacked out to right field. And this might spell the end of the day for Tyler Mudd. YD, very fortunate that this part of the order that's been so clutch for them all day long has instantly gotten those 2 runs back that they lost in the top of the 8th.
With a meeting on the mound for Brewster, we do have a new pitcher running in. So we'll take a break for this pitching change. YD leads 8-6 in the bottom of the 8th, no outs. And we'll be back on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It's Josh Timmerman out of Ohio State on the mound for the Whitecaps. After that absolute nuke from Hunter Hines cleared the bases, we've got another home run hitter at the plate with Jacob Christian. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch. A nice off-speed slider gets in there for strike 2. Ball 1 misses just below the zone. Good hold off from Christian. Daylight beginning to wane here at Red Wilson Field. There are no lights. Christian, check swing didn't go on a ball just outside. Counts even at 2, still no outs. Red Sox lead 8-6. And Christian goes down swinging. Brewster tossing it around the horn. 1 out. And Enzo Apodaca, the hero of right field for the day, now up to bat. Has been struggling at the plate so far, definitely making up for that in the field, but trying to add on here. Quickly ahead 2-0. That was Timmerman's first strikeout of the day.
Timmerman played for Wabash Valley Junior College before going to Ohio State, one of the best JUCO programs in the nation. Team that advanced to the World Series in 2022 when he pitched for him was 8-1 that season, a 3.4 ERA.
The 2-1. Check swing from Apodaca. Count runs 3-1. Collier Cranford on deck behind him. Apodaca pops it up to the infield, and Green makes the play. 2 outs for the Whitecaps. A few insurance runs tacked on in this inning by the Red Sox. Collier Cranford trying to add to that as we reach the bottom of the YD order. Cranford batting in the 8th spot. Big swing and a miss on strike 1. Cranford, a late contact, fouls it off his foot, walking it off a little bit. Late swing from Cranford. He goes down swinging. Another strikeout for Timmerman. And we'll head to the top of the 9th. Just 3 outs left for the Red Sox. If they can hold off another Whitecaps comeback. It's Perri Kitei and Luke West Poley on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Brewster down to their last 3 outs. Cole Hillier back on the bump looking for the save. He faces James Tibbs in the 3 spot, the left fielder, as YD is seeking for its first win of the season, first win at home. Hillier fires low, ball 1. Huge shift on right now for the Red Sox with Cranford on the other side of second base, goes into center field, can't make the diving play. Apodaca sprinting after it. That's going to be at least 2. And James Tibbs held up at second. So a leadoff double for the Whitecaps. Mitchell went for the hero play but couldn't make the grab. Apodaca had a huge run over from right field. And a strong piece of hitting to start things off from James Tibbs.
Yeah, Mitchell was stumbling right from the start. It looked like he tripped taking his first step and then was just kind of stumbling the whole way and fell right when that ball got there. For Tibbs, that's probably an attempt at least at a triple at any other point in the game, but knowing you need another run behind you, there's no sense in trying to take third and risking it out.
Jaime Ferrer back at the plate, fouls back, strike 1. Tibbs on second, no outs, top of the 9th. It's been an exciting game from start to finish here at Red Wilson. Ooh, Ferrer fouls it off the top of King's helmet and maybe the face mask of the home plate umpire as well. Got them both. Counts 0-2 to Ferrer. Hillier checks his runner, fires outside.
Back-to-back Florida State Seminoles in this lineup trying to make it happen here in the 9th for Brewster.
Swing and a miss, Ferrer goes down, strikeout for Hillier. 2 outs left for Brewster. Dylan Leach, the catcher, at the plate, the lefty. Watches a nice fastball for strike 1. Swings, and that's a base hit, but maybe not. A hero play from Hunter Hines, who got the ball off the tip of his glove. Day somehow got the ricochet off Hines' glove and made the play over to Hillier, who sprinted over to first. I don't think I've ever seen something like that in my life, Lou.
It's a 3-4-1 putout at first base. And Hines, that's why you just go after it and you just try to stop it, because he had no chance. Even if he dove and got that ball cleanly in his glove, there was not an out for him there. But sometimes you get lucky, he ticks it up to his teammate, gives a little assist.
Unbelievable. Now there's 2 outs. Runner did advance. So Tibbs on third. Dylan Hoy, last chance for Brewster right now. He's down 0-1. Hoy puts it in play, heading towards right field. Christian, the diving grab, and that's the game. The Red Sox make the play That was actually Enzo Apodaca. They made that switch in the outfield, put their best fielder for the day, Apodaca, in the right place to make the diving grab. What an unbelievable game from start to finish. Heroics in the field in this 9th inning for YD, picks up their first win of the season. 8 hits, 12 hits, 8 runs, 2 errors for the Red Sox. 7 hits, 6 runs, no errors for the Brewster Whitecaps. Luke, today the Red Sox had the bats going from the beginning. The first time we've seen that was our key to the game, and they followed through.
Yeah, it was a much more complete effort. The bats got started right away. They carried on throughout. We saw that 5-run inning in the second, and then we saw some late inning heroics as well off the Hunter Hines home run. Pitching carried its weight, I thought, too, as well. You give up those 6 runs, and you think maybe it wasn't the best day for the pitching staff, but really think they did a pretty good job keeping things intact, kind of pitching around some of those base runners when they had to. YD was able to carry this lead throughout the majority of the game, except for that game tire that happened in the top of the 8th, but it was a very complimentary performance. The pitching picked up the bats picked up the pitching when each side needed to. And this is a really, really quality win for the Red Sox to get their first victory of the season.
Very exciting day for the Red Sox. We'll be on the road tomorrow facing Falmouth at 6 o'clock p.m. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke Poley. You've been listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. See you tomorrow.